Hello loves, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about this book right here. Okay, we're going to have a little book coven. Okay, but before we get started, do not forget that we are going on a spiritual retreat in Egypt in January of next year. I'm so excited. It's going to be iconic. We're going to be doing ceremony. We're going to be doing some soul work. We're going to be doing some power recall. We're going to be doing an Ankh workshop. Okay, where it's going to be really, really amazing. We're going to be sailing the Nile. Like meals are included. Like it's going to be iconic. Like I'm really, really excited. So make sure that you reserve your spot because there's 2 spots left for the early bird. So don't miss out. If you want the additional discount, make sure that you reserve your spot in time so that you don't miss out. With that being said, we're gonna jump in and we're going to talk about this book. I wanted to pick this for book coven because right now, for September, because right now the moon is currently in Cancer and we're under Mercury retrograde, is retrograde season. Things are crazy. I told y'all though. I told y'all this retrograde season. I've been telling y'all for like the past 4 months that like fall and winter are gonna be a little crazy. So yeah, until January we're gonna be sailing through some things. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about this book right here. This is a really, really powerful book for within a lot of different practices. This book is not only used in hoodoo, but it's also used in like a lot of Caribbean practices as well. You can often find it, out of Botanica. I will have it linked down below. I'll have it like the Amazon linked down below for those who are going to want to get their hands on it. But this book is really highlights using the Bible and using the different like the verses of the Bible to do spell work, whether it is for prayer, ritual, like for different enchanting stuff, anointing stuff. This book is really, really, it's iconic because it really, if you don't want to have the Bible on hand, I mean, if depending on what practice you are doing, like if you're doing hoodoo, a majority of hoodoo practitioners are going to have the Bible on hand because it is part of the practice. So you can't really just separate the two just like that. But when it comes to using and having the Bible on hand, you can definitely swap it for a book like this if you don't want to have the Bible on hand. Because the cool thing about this book is that it literally just tells you, like, you can look up what it is that you need. Like for example, let me just pick one for example. Hold on, I'm trying to find a good one so we can like talk about it. But this covers so much, it's crazy. Okay. Okay, so this one, for example, protect against evil influences. So it will tell you those who wish to resist temptation, copy verses 4 and 5 onto paper and carry it in the purse or pocket to refer to as needed. So if you wanted to do some affirmations, you could just whip it out. This is why this book is so handy, because you could just literally reference whatever area of your life you're kind of wanting to focus on, and then you could just go in here and be like, okay, I'm trying to protect myself from some evil influences. Let me go to verse, the line 4 and 5. Show me thy ways, O Lord, teach me thy path, lead me in thy truth and teach me, for thou art the God of my salvation. O thee do I wait all the day. Okay, so you can use these two when you're needing like some grounding, some protective grounding. But it also gives you some additional like guidance as far as like if you want to do for guidance, do verse 2. If you want to do like spiritual enlightenment, like it'll tell you like, hey, do this line or repeat this line or do burn a candle to this line. Or it has, and it's for like every single area of your life. This is a really cool thing about it. Like if you wanted to do like this one, it's like have a healthy home, discourage a rival, relief from anxiety. It has also like I'm trying to find it, clarity of mind, wanting like a better business to flourish, bend others to your will, attract love. Like it's really like you can really use this book for like all areas. This is why it says for love, power, revenge, success, blessings, prosperity, protection, etc. Like, it really covers all areas, and you're able to really, you know, look through and like, oh, here's a justice spell, like here's the loss, like here's this line that from this verse that I can use for, you know, this justice spell. There's these 2 lines or these 3 lines that I can use for this return to sender that I'm doing. Like, you can literally, this is very multi-purpose. It's a very multi-purpose book. It's a very popular book within the community. I always recommend everybody has this, even if you're like, if you don't follow Christianity, if you don't follow, like, you know, the Christian path, but you are, I mean, I know there are some Christian, like, witches and brujas out there who do, you know, incorporate it, and that's like understandable. Colonization did its thing, so a lot of our practices are very heavily mixed, but even if you don't follow like Christianity, like I personally don't follow Christianity, there are saints and angels that I work with, but I don't follow Christianity, but I still like to incorporate this book and like I whip it out here and there when I'm like, you know what, how am I feeling? Let me see. What am I doing? Look, change one's luck, when trouble with the law, finding a new home. Like, you could easily also like take the lines from the verses as well. And if you wanted to change the word God to creator, you can do that too. You can like swap stuff out to make you more comfortable. You know, whatever, ultimately, you want to make sure you're comfortable when you're like reading something like this or when you're using something like this in your practice. If you feel like, you know what, it's too Christian coded for me, that's totally fine. But that's really not what this book was made for. I mean, it's very much using the Bible, but it's really using it in a way that it's for your benefit. It's like spell work, because there's a lot of different verses in the Bible that are spell work, and this really takes the meat and potatoes out of it. So yeah, that's why I wanted to pick this for book coven. I mean, I rate this book like I would say a 4 out of 5, just because, you know, the Christian elements is fine, but for the most part, this is a really solid book. It's really small. You can carry it in your bag. Like, it's, you know, like, it's not something that's super thick. It literally just takes the meat and potatoes of doing spell work with the Bible, and it gives you like the verses and everything that you're gonna need, the lines, boom boom boom, that you're gonna need to use it in actual rituals. So there's nothing wrong with that. If you need, like, especially if you're feeling like you need some inspiration, like you're like, you know what, I'm kind of want to put together the spell, but I'm not sure how to phrase certain things and blah blah, you can like literally whip this out when you need a little, and you're like, you can always just find something. I also, one of the things I like to do, because you guys know I do bibliomancy. If you've been in the channel for a long time, you guys know I love doing bibliomancy. So there's sometimes that I would just take this book and I will just go like this, just bibliomancy, and I would just tell spirit, what spell do I need to do right now? Whatever page my eyes fall on, whatever the first word is, that's what I need to do. So for example, I could just go like this, concentrating, sitting with it, ask your ancestors, and then you break it off, boom. Oh, learn to trust God's mercy, power, and justice. Boom. There you go. Then you could do that. You could do the verses, you could like say the whole thing, you could like write it on paper, burn the petition. Do whatever ritual you want, but it's just it's something that I feel like it's really easy. It makes practices easy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this book coven, and you know, if you wanted to get this book, I will have it linked down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.